Well, as summer is starting to think about wrapping up here in Greeley, there's still lots of activities that are happening that have to do with some historic preservation. And here to tell us about those upcoming events is Betsy Kellums, who is Historic Preservation Specialist with the City of Greeley. Betsy, great to have you again.
Thanks, Amy. It's good to be here.
Well, as I mentioned, there's still some more things coming for folks to do, from walking tours to brown bags, for us to tell folks about, plus some other details about kind of what historic preservation does. But let's start with the most recent that's going to be coming up, and I believe that would be probably the brown bag series, or maybe it's the walking tour. Tell us about it.
Well, we'll be having some of each in the upcoming months. The final History Brown Bag series, or the final presentations of this year's series will be in August, September, and October, all at the Greeley History Museum on the fourth Thursday of the month, starting at noon, and they are free and open to the public. And just something I would like to add a caution to is that there is a limit to the number of people in the room, and that would be 50 people. So we will be having to close the door at 50 people.
Okay.
The topics will include Tanis Bator as Rattlesnake Kate. She's doing a Chautauqua-style presentation of Rattlesnake Kate on Thursday, August 25th. And then in September, we have a special treat. Author Ken Jessen, who's a historian in this part of the state, is going to present about the Great Western Railway on September 22nd. And then the wrap-up presentation will be Ron and Lindy Thompson doing a presentation about the restoration of the ceiling at the Crest Cinema, known as Plaster Disaster Recovery. And that will be Thursday, October 27th.
Right, and so Betsy and I are smiling a little bit because there's some humor that goes along with that. If you know Lindy and Ron, they always have a great time. So I'm looking forward to hopefully catching that one in particular. So that touches on those brown bag series. Now those, if I remember correctly, being at the Greeley History Museum, as it kind of says, brown bag, it's bring your own lunch?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, from noon to 1. All right, so let's talk now about the walking tours, very popular. And one of the more popular ones, I guess I want to say, is right here at the courthouse. But we'll get to that one here pretty soon. So can you tell us about the upcoming tours?
Sure. On August 1st, I realize that this will air pretty much after that, but August 1st we'll be having a tour of the Sunrise neighborhood, focusing on Germans from Russia and Greeley and kind of their impact. And that's going to be a pre-Chautauqua event. The High Plains Chautauqua will be that following week. So this is kind of in conjunction with that. And then on Monday, August 29th, I believe it is, we're going to have a walking tour at the Plum Farm, which is out west at 955 39th Avenue. Scott Chartier, one of the museum curators, is going to give us a tour of that site. And that one will start at 5:30 p.m. at the Plum Farm. And then the final walking tour of the year will be here at the Weld County Courthouse, starting at 5:30 on Monday, September 19th. And that will be an interior tour. We'll talk some probably about the exterior, but the tour starts at 5:30, and we encourage people to come early to go through security, because it is security where you can't bring in pocket knives or anything like that. So leave those in the car. And that tour will start at 5:30 on Monday, September 19th.
All right, and as always, the thing I always remember is wear good walking shoes for that, because it is a walking tour for each of those. Some other things I want to touch on real quick, and that is the Historic Resources Survey Grant. I know that you've been very busy with that, and things are starting to wrap up.
Yes, the city received a grant from the State Historical Fund, which is a grant program through History Colorado, a branch of the State Department of Education. And the grant was to hire a consultant to conduct a historic resource survey along 8th Avenue between 10th and 16th Streets. When that area was historically known as Motor Row, a lot of businesses in that area had a focus on the motor history of Greeley, and Greeley has had kind of a love affair with cars ever since they were kind of introduced. And so it's a very significant area of Greeley's history. So we will be having a wrap-up meeting of that grant. The grant is pretty much done, and that will be at the Historic Preservation Commission meeting on Monday, August 15th at 4 o'clock at the School District 6 School Board Meeting Room at 1025 9th Avenue.
Okay, all right. Well, we covered a lot there, and but we want to make sure that folks have a chance to maybe peruse that and get more details about the walking tours and the brown bags and the other activities that are happening anywhere from, if I'm interested in doing a historic property or having my property designated. So thank you so much, Betsy, for being here today, and we look forward to seeing you out and about in Greeley.
Thank you very much.
All right, so for more information on historic preservation and all of the things we talked about today, visit greeleygov.com/HP.